Hey everybody, what's up? Leonardo 2003 here, and we're back to review episode 8A of Rise of the TMNT, The Longest Fight. Who knows if this is really episode 8A or not? I really have no clue what to believe at this point with this show's episode order flaws. Why would they decide to air episode 8A before the titles for 7A and 7B are even announced? It's anyone's guess. But enough of that, because we've got a great episode here to unpack. The Foot are back, and they're making their presence known in this series. We start off with each turtle doing their thing in the lair. Raph's doing some bicep curls, Donnie's chilling on his tablet, Mikey is cooking up some pizza, and Leo is riding his skateboard. But everyone gets drawn to Donnie's tablet, as he's streaming some type of pro skateboarding competition. They're all huge fans of Sydney Allen, a female pro skateboarder making her return to competition. Leonardo gets all hyped up, so he attempts and hilariously fails at nailing a trick on his skateboard. You gotta love this Leonardo. But it's all fun and games until Leo's board goes out of control and breaks the lair's router. Without Wi-Fi, the turtles have no way of watching the skateboarding finals. I guess Donnie can do everything besides have the turtles hooked up to 4G LTE. Raphael has an unthinkable plan, to ask Master Splinter if they can watch TV for a couple hours. But of course, Master Couch Potato doesn't give up his TV that easily. He claims that they're in the golden age of commercials, and that he would put disgrace on his family name if he misses any. But Raph has another brain blast, going to Gilbert's department store while it's closed. Donnie knows the password for their Wi-Fi. 1. Yeah, just the number 1. If you look in the background, that looks like Alberto's head. I guess Alberto is a big-time brand or something. Donnie also confirms that April worked at this store a year ago, going along with the trend that she is always working a different job. The big joke here is that all of the turtles are shown to be very excited to be able to bond over watching the finals together. But then it cuts to each turtle watching the finals on their own separate smartphone. That's an obvious joke at the current modern day millennial audience. But Raphael hears a sudden bang, but his brothers all ignore it as they're glued into their phones. Donnie tells Raph to check it out himself, since he's the one that's always saying that he's the leader. And then this part is really funny. The Foot are back, and are obviously up to no good in the store. But Raphael makes a noise, so the Foot Brute and Lieutenant have basically the exact same conversation that Raph and Donnie just had. But even funnier since these guys have two of the best voice actors of all time. The Foot Brute goes to investigate, and we're lightly teased about something here. He says, "Oh security guard, can you help me find my sensei, my mommy-san?" So these Foot guys are obviously on missions in each of the 2 episodes that they've appeared in, presumably taking orders from their sensei. Not their leader, their sensei. The Shredder, aka Oroku Saki, definitely would be a sensei to these guys with his martial arts background. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, the Foot Brute doesn't find anything, although Raph's disguise is clear as day. We then see what the bad guys are after, a mysterious claw or hand with a shiny ring on it. We'll talk more about that later on. Raphael gets back with his brothers, telling them that he just saw the Foot, or the guys with the foot on their faces. But all they care about is watching the skateboarding finals. Raph is obviously showing maturity and leadership here, which is great. If he's going to be leader, we need to see this side of him more often. Raph compromises and says that they can watch the finals as they confront the Foot. Great plan, Raph. A commercial break hits, so it's time for the turtles to stop the crime. So how do we feel about the Foot Brute and the Foot Lieutenant so far? These guys are pretty powerful, it seems. They're kind of comparable to the Foot Elite. Obviously, they're not nearly as badass or lethal, but they're on the same structure, they're on the same level of the totem pole, it seems. Whoever their leader is, I'm guessing it's the Shredder. They seem like they're his right-hand men. But let's get back to the episode. The Lieutenant punches the hell out of Raphael, but Raph was able to grab the hand with the ring on it from him in the process. The Lieutenant says that he has no idea what he's dealing with, referring to the power of that artifact. Obviously, we're dealing with something very powerful here. Now, it's time for a brawl with the turtles and the Foot, along with the origami ninjas. The fight was pretty cool. It had a lot of great action scenes, all of the turtles were involved, the lieutenant and the brute were involved, all of these origami soldiers, so it was really awesome. So the fight was cool until we come back from commercial break on the skateboarding finals, and it completely distracts the turtles. This leads to all of the turtles' phones being smashed in one way or another. As the turtles are mourning over the losses of their phones, the Foot attempt to sneak away. But Leonardo grabs the skateboard from Raph, takes the ruby-colored ring away from the Foot, and then hits a dab after he lands. Bruh, 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 bruh. Leo was even able to grab a battery-powered TV so that they are able to watch the skateboarding finals. Just as she's in mid-air, the TV cuts to a breaking news segment. The news is that there was just a break-in to the department store that they're in. The turtles don't care that they're possibly the ones that broke into the store. It'll either be them or the Foot, but the turtles are very upset since they missed her landing her trick, and not that they kind of made the news. We then cut to the Foot escaping the building, and they're very happy, because their intention was to never steal that ruby ring, but to steal the hand that the ring was on. So let's pick up right there. This claw hand thing is the all-powerful thing that the Foot wanted. What could they be using it for? Possibly to resurrect a certain someone? Who knows? But I definitely think in one way or another, the Foot were stealing this hand for the Shredder. That's what my gut is telling me. Rise is going to have the Shredder come in at some point, I'm sure of it. So they're going to foreshadow him for a long time and really build up that presence that he can have. It's how they're going to portray him that is my only concern. Hopefully, he's very similar to the 2012 version of the Shredder. I'm not expecting that level of psychopath that the 2003 series was, but please, anything but the 1987 series Shredder. By the way, the Foot are absolutely hilarious and some of my favorite characters in this show. I can't wait for line 2 of the action figures because I really think that these guys are going to be in it and they'd look awesome as action figures. The Brute and the Lieutenant are a fantastic duo, way better than Bebop and Rocksteady, and they can be both hilarious and a big challenge in battle. This episode showcases Raphael being the one who takes fighting crime the most seriously. Well, at least most of the episode, which is insane, but if Raph is the leader, this is what I want to see. Be the one who motivates the guys, be the one who leads the missions, lead by example. Those are all things that Leonardo has done perfectly over the years through all the incarnations, and now it's Raph's time to shine, in this universe at least. This episode had a very similar feeling and vibe to it as Origami Tsunami. Of course, the villains were the same in both episodes, but these villains bring just a great vibe to the episode. They give the episode a feeling of importance, something that many Rise of the TMNT episodes lack. I'm gonna have to give it a 9.1 out of 10. What did you guys think? This was our first big cliffhanger ending that could actually lead to something. It's really cool. It's really nice to see the plot advance. I can't wait to see what this claw is. If it's the Shredder's old claw, or just some ancient Japanese artifact that has a lot of mystical power somehow. Maybe it's linked to Baron Draxum, who knows? Maybe Big Mama knows. I can't wait for her to come in. Whew! She is definitely the character that I'm most looking forward to. But I'm definitely going to give this episode a 9.1, guys, so let me know in the comments what you guys thought. I really enjoyed it. As of today, the day I'm recording this episode review, The Gumbus aired on national TV, and it brought back somewhat of a familiar face. I'll be reviewing that episode within the next few days, and then we'll be all caught up on Rise of the TMNT episode reviews. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I got some awesome stuff planned for you guys. Peace out.